Hi guys, it's Alicia English and I'm coming at you with another DIY. Today I'm going to show you how to make a mantle-free stocking post. We're going to start this project by measuring a 16 by 16 square on plywood. Next, we're going to give the plywood a sand to make sure we have no rough edges. Next, we're going to measure and find the center of our board. I know since my board is 16 wide that I need to find 8 as my center. And you want to do it in both directions. I'm using a 4x4 cedar post for the center of my shelf. I want to make sure that all of my ends are smooth. Next, I'm going to put my 4x4 post onto my plywood. In order to be able to do this from underneath, I'm going to take my center mark and put my 4x4 on top and center it as best as possible. And I'm going to trace all the way around. This is going to be the underside and it's going to be painted so we won't end up seeing our lines at the end. Now that I have my square, I know where my 4x4 is going to be, and I'm going to pre-drill 4 holes, 1 in each corner. Now that I have my holes and my square lined up for my 4x4, I won't be able to see it when I tip over, so I'm going to flip it over and go underneath and make sure that it's lined up. And this will help me to put my screws in accurately from the top. And now I'm going to put in my screws. Double checking that underneath hasn't shifted. I'm going to apply the opposite corner. Next, I'm going to use a 4x4 fence post top, and I'm going to pre-drill some holes so that it doesn't crack when I put my screws in. I'm going to put a little bit of filler in these screw holes here so that I can sand them smooth when we're done for painting. I'm going to be hanging a sign from the side of my stocking post, so I'm going to measure this 5/8 thick dowel to 10 inches. I'm going to be augering in a hole into the side of my main post with a 5/8 spade bit so that I can put in my 5/8 doweling piece in. I only want to go in 1 inch, so I'm going to measure and mark a line 1 inch up my spade bit so that I know how far to go in. Before augering, you want to make sure that you're in the center here and that you're as far down the post as you'd like to go. So I'm going to use my 5/8 bit now. Make sure that your drill is level, otherwise your dowel will be crooked at the end. Next, I'm going to use my Gorilla wood glue. If you're going to be a monkey, be a gorilla. I'm going to actually paintbrush it on the end of here because I don't want it being drippy all down my post. You can lightly sand off any excess after and then let that dry. I wanted to add some extra detail to the base of my post here. I thought it would give it some added detail. This step is not necessary, but it does give it that added touch. I'm going to use my brad nailer and shoot a few nails into each of the sides. Next step is to paint your post your color of your choice. I'm using my own homemade chalk paint. If you want to find my recipe, it's on my channel called DIY Chalk Paint. Now that my stocking post is dry, I'm gonna just go over it with a little bit of sandpaper and just give it a little bit of distressing. I want it to look a little bit rustic, so I'm just going to run my sandpaper over it before I put on my hooks. Next step is to put on your actual stocking hooks. I created a sign that says English Christmas, and I'm going to hang it from the top of my post to give it a finishing touch.